power of compounding. Here's a truth nobody really warns you about. Most people don't lose money because they make bad decisions. They lose money because they start late. Not late by years, sometimes just by months, sometimes by one single paycheck. And the reason is something we praise all the time, but almost never actually understand. Compounding. You've heard it called the eighth wonder of the world. It's on posters, in ads, used to sell mutual funds, SIPs, crypto, even discipline. But compounding isn't magic. It's just time, wearing a disguise. And time is brutally unfair. Let me show you why. Imagine two people, same salary, same intelligence, same opportunities. One starts investing at 22, the other at 32. Nothing dramatic. No luxury cars, no early retirement fantasies, just 10 years apart. The first person invests a small amount every month for 10 years, and then stops completely. The second invests the same amount, but keeps going for 25 years. At retirement, the first person has more money, not because they were smarter, not because they invested more, but because their money had more time to argue back. That's compounding. And honestly, that should make you uncomfortable. Because compounding doesn't care about effort. It doesn't care about hustle. It doesn't reward intensity. It rewards patience, relentlessly. And right now, that matters more than ever. Because we live in a world trained for the short term. Instant delivery, instant credit, instant returns. Your phone refreshes every second. Markets move every minute. Your attention span is measured in swipes. Compounding works on the opposite schedule. Quiet, slow, almost boring. Which is exactly why most people never let it work. So let's remove the mystery. No formulas. No charts you'll forget in 5 minutes. Just the mechanism. Here's how compounding actually works. You invest some money. That money earns a return. Now here's the part everyone skips. In the next cycle, you don't just earn returns on your original money. You earn returns on your returns. That's it. No fireworks. No secret algorithm. Just growth feeding on itself. And in the beginning, it looks pathetic. Year 1, nothing happens. Year 2, still nothing. Year 3, you start doubting. This is where most people quit. Because human brains are terrible at exponential growth. We're wired for straight lines. Work more. Earn more, save more, feel richer. Compounding laughs at straight lines. It starts flat, then it curves, and then suddenly, it explodes. But by the time it explodes, it's too late to join. Let's talk numbers. Not impressive ones, boring ones. Say you invest 10,000 Indian rupees a year at 12%. After 1 year, you earn 1,200 Indian rupees. That doesn't change your life. After 5 years, still underwhelming. But after 20 years, the money you earn starts exceeding the money you put in. That's the crossover point. The moment effort steps aside, and time takes over. From there, growth doesn't feel earned. It feels unfair. Because it is. Here's the uncomfortable math. Most of the wealth created by compounding comes in the last few years. Not the first 10, not even the first 20, the last 5. Which means if you interrupt the process, even briefly, you don't just pause growth, you amputate it. This is why panic selling hurts more than people realize. You're not just losing money, you're deleting future years that haven't happened yet. Years where the real compounding was supposed to show up. Now comes the irony. Compounding is sold as a guaranteed win. Just stay invested. Let time do the work. Be patient. But compounding is fragile. It's sensitive to fees, to taxes, to inflation. A 1% fee doesn't sound scary, but over 30 years, it can quietly eat 25 to 30% of your final wealth. Inflation is even sneakier. Your money grows, but your purchasing power doesn't. So you feel richer on paper, while standing still in real life. This part rarely makes it into ads. Compounding doesn't work in isolation. It works against things. Against inflation, against bad behavior, against impatience, and most dangerously, against confidence. Because the early years of compounding feel like failure. Nothing exciting happens. Your friends flip stocks. Someone posts crypto screenshots. Another person doubles money in options. And you're sitting there earning only 10 to 12%. Slow, unsexy, easy to abandon. That's why compounding mostly rewards people who don't talk about it. The quiet ones. The boring ones. The people who keep going while nothing seems to be happening. There's also a darker side we don't discuss enough. Compounding widens gaps. The person who starts early doesn't end up slightly ahead. They end up exponentially ahead. Small advantages in education, income, or timing turn into massive differences later. That's why wealth inequality feels invisible at first, and then suddenly obvious. Compounding doesn't create inequality, it accelerates it, and once you see that, you can't unsee it. Zoom out even more. Compounding isn't just about money. Debt compounds too. Credit card interest, late fees, lifestyle inflation, missed payments grow quietly, until they're loud. The same force that builds wealth also builds traps, and it doesn't announce which side you're on. So where does that leave you? Not with motivation, not with urgency, and definitely not with promises. Just awareness. Compounding isn't something you use. It's something you allow. By starting earlier than feels necessary. By staying longer than feels comfortable. By doing less than feels impressive. And by accepting one final, uncomfortable truth. The biggest risk to compounding isn't market crashes. It's you. Your need for action. Your boredom. Your impatience. Time will do the heavy lifting. So here's the real question. If you don't interrupt it, if compounding rewards time more than talent, and punishes delay more than mistakes, what are you doing today that your future self will never forgive you for stopping too early, or starting too late?